Hello guys, I'm Abhishri Verma and today I'll be talking about the very famous Hashcode competition by Google. Hashcode is Google's team-based programming competition that takes place every year, allowing you to share your excellent coding skills with fellow coders across the globe as you all come together to work on problems designed specifically by real Google engineering challengers. It takes place in small teams of 2 to 4 coders, which tackle the problem firsthand through the first round, which is the online qualification round. Now, this round is hosted online, and teams come together in locally coordinated Hashcode hubs to compete. The teams that qualify round 1 are then invited to join Google for the virtual world finals. Hashcode is being organized by Google since 2016 and it attracts thousands and thousands of coders across the world to compete. Now, this competition takes place in 2 rounds, namely main and extended round. The main round, which is the first round, continues only for 4 hours, while the extended one can go up to 2 weeks. Of course, the extended round, it does not count on the scoreboard, but it's a still good chance to check your knowledge and skills. After you get yourself registered for the contest through the official website, you are then given access to Google's judge system. Now, this is the online platform where you can go and form teams, you can join a hub, you can practice as well as compete during the rounds. Now, in the online qualification round, which is round 1, you and your teammates will join a YouTube live stream, which will introduce you to the problem you have to work on. You guys will also be given 4 hours to come up with an optimized solution. You and your teammates can use any programming language as well as any tech stack that you guys find comfortable. Now, you and your team along with fellow other teams can compete locally if you join a virtual hub. Top teams that qualify the round 1, which is online qualification round, are then invited to the virtual world finals, where they'll work together on solving another challenge as well as competing for cash prizes. Apart from getting the famous Google tag, there are a lot of key takeaways from this competition. The first and the foremost being, it will teach you how to think algorithmically. Now, this skill is super important if you want to become an efficient developer and a coder. Apart from this, you will also learn how to identify the root of the problem. Now, there is a very high chance that the problem presented to you will be complicated and you will not be able to identify the real issue. But there is also a very high probability that the real issue may be very easy to understand and solve. You will also understand and learn how to consider all of the variables of the equation. Now, once you reach a solution, and if your solution works, there is always a chance of better improvement and refinement of your ideas, and this is what you learn from this competition. Now, a lot of times we use a tech stack which may be helpful for us, but there is always a tech stack out there that will make our job easy. For example, you would learn how to use TypeScript instead of JavaScript. Now, JavaScript issues indeed take a lot of time debugging, which could have been easily prevented if you had used TypeScript instead of JavaScript. To give you a taste of what Hashcode actually looks like, here is a problem based on book scanning asked in the 2020 online qualification round. So basically, the problem talks about choosing books having the biggest score from libraries for which you have to sign up. All of this must be done within the given deadline. The same books can be available in more than one library, but you only get the score once for each book. Furthermore, each library can provide a different number of books per day. To reduce the complexity of the problem statement given to us, we have broken it down into tiny chunks for better understanding. So starting off, we have figured out that only one library can be signed up at one particular moment. Only a signed up library can provide you with the books to scan. We also have a deadline by which we have to do our work, and our main agenda is to get the highest possible score of all the provided books. To further simplify the problem statement, here is a pictorial representation about the problem. Now, the problem mentions libraries as well as books having various scores on them. It also talks about the sign-up process, as you can see given, and also mentions the deadline by which our main agenda is to be achieved. To sum up Hashcode 2021, the first important point to remember is that the online qualification round will take place on February 25, which is a Thursday. Now, because the pandemic situation is going on, this year Hashcode is completely virtual. So you can compete from wherever you are. The second important point to remember that it is a team competition, and for you to participate, you must be a part of a team. Now, the team can be of 2 people to at most 4 people. If you do not have a team, it's okay. There is still time to go and look for teammates. You can get yourself registered into various groups on Facebook and other social medias and network with people who are interested in participating. Moving on, locally, virtual hubs are set up by universities or offices, providing a common platform for the teams to come together as well as compete during the online qualification. It's completely optional, but competing from a virtual hub is a great way to connect with other developers in your community as well as network with them. Last but not the least, the Virtual World Finals. Top teams from February's online qualifications are then invited to the Virtual World Finals in April.